This is the one movie they don't want you to see. Banned in over 40 countries, censored even in uncensored versions, and still whispered about in film circles. Today, we dive into one of the most controversial films ever made. A Serbian film. Srđan Todorović plays Milos, a retired adult film actor. Sergej Trifunović plays Vukmir, the sinister director. Srđan Spasojević, first-time filmmaker, wanted to make a political statement. None of these actors were known globally before this, but their performances shocked the world. Milos, a semi-retired pornographic actor, lives in Belgrade with his wife, Marija, and their 6-year-old son, Petar. His brother Marko is a corrupt police officer who envies Milos's life and is sexually attracted to Marija. Lejla, a former co-star, offers Milos a starring role in an art film directed by Vukmir, an independent pornographer who wishes to cast Milos for his powerful erection. Not informed of the details of Vukmir's film, Milos is hesitant to participate and continue his career, but accepts to secure his family's financial future. While meeting Vukmir, Milos passes a bald man and his entourage, regarding them warily. The filming begins at an orphanage, where Vukmir feeds Milos instructions through an earpiece given by Vukmir's one-eyed driver Rasha, while a film crew follows him. Milos sees a young girl named Jeka, who is being scolded by her mother for disgracing her deceased war hero husband's memory by becoming a prostitute. In a dark room, Milos is filleted by a nurse, while screens show Jeka eating an ice pop. In the next scene, Milos is forced to receive fellatio from the mother, while Jeka watches. Marko later informs Milos that Vukmir is a former psychologist who has worked in children's television and state security. Vukmir meets a hesitant Milos afterwards to explain his artistic style, showing a film of a woman giving birth, followed by the newborn being immediately raped by Rasha, in what the director terms newborn porn. Milos storms out and drives away. At a road junction, he's approached and seduced by Vukmir's female doctor. A bloodied Milos awakens in his bed 3 days later with no memory of what has happened. He returns to the now-abandoned set and finds several tapes. Viewing them, Milos discovers that he was drugged to induce an aggressive, sexually aroused, and suggestible state. At Vukmir's manipulative direction, Milos beats and rapes Jeka's mother before decapitating her, and later, a catatonic Milos is sodomized by Vukmir's security. He then watches footage of Lejla, voicing concern for Milos, only to be restrained as her teeth are removed. A masked man enters the room and forces his penis down her throat, killing her by suffocation. The footage continues as Milos is led to Jeka's home, where her grandmother praises him for killing her mother and offers Jeka as a virgin commune. Milos refuses and escapes through a window. He calls Marko from a payphone and asks him to pick him up. However, Rasha arrives and drives Milos back to the warehouse with Vukmir. At the warehouse, after Vukmir's doctor administers more drugs, Milos overpowers her, sticking the syringe into her throat. He is then taken into a room to have intercourse with 2 hidden bodies under a sheet. Milos is guided onto one body, and the masked man from Lejla's film begins sexually assaulting the other. Vukmir reveals the masked man to be Marko. Marko's victim is revealed to be Marija, while Milos's is revealed to be Petar. Vukmir's doctor staggers into the warehouse, her vaginal area covered in blood. She is holding a bloodied metal pipe in her hand, implying that she masturbated with it after being injected with the same drug she used on Milos. As she falls dead from vaginal hemorrhage, an enraged Milos lunges at Vukmir and smashes his head against the floor, initiating a brawl during which Marija bites Marko in the jugular before bludgeoning him to death with a sculpture. Milos wrestles a gun from a guard and shoots all but Rasha, whom he kills by shoving his erect penis into his empty eye socket. A dying Vukmir praises Miloš's actions as truly worthy of a film. Miloš, having recalled his actions, including locking his family in their basement before passing out earlier, returns home and frees them. Traumatized, Miloš and Marija come to a mutual understanding that they and Petar should die together, so the three gather in bed and embrace before Miloš fires a fatal shot through himself, Petar, and Marija. The next morning, another film crew enter the bedroom. As one man unzips his fly, the director, the bald man seen earlier, instructs him to start with the little one. It's not just violence. It's what the violence symbolizes. Extreme graphic content, torture, sexual violence, infant abuse, even implied scenes. Allegory for exploitation and censorship in post-war Serbia. Blurs line between art and obscenity. Banned in over 40 countries, including the UK, Norway, New Zealand, Australia. Even censored versions were pulled from festivals. Famous quote from director: "This is a metaphor. What we have done to ourselves as a nation is far worse than what happens in this movie. Whether you see it as sick or as satire, A Serbian Film forces a reaction. It's art made with a knife, and for some, it cuts too deep. Would you dare to watch it? Hit like if you've heard of this movie. Subscribe for more films that were never supposed to be seen. Comment your thoughts. Is it art or horror?